Hi everyone, my name's Lucy and I've been a TAC athlete since I was a junior, and I'm part of the TAC Takeaway Mentor scheme. We've been asked to talk about balancing increasing your training intensity as you come up through the year groups with making sure you're taking care of your body and balancing that with recovering properly to enable you to train at your best. This is a really important topic, I think, because it's something that is just really often overlooked and something that I definitely overlooked over the years, and really only in the last 2 or 3 have come to realise that quite how important it is. So I'm sure a lot of other senior athletes share the sentiment that if you take the route of just kind of keeping pushing your body, asking a lot of it in terms of training intensity, and that only increasing as you move up through the age groups, ultimately there's a high likelihood that this leads to injury, exhaustion, fatigue, just kind of things that will stop you running and stop you running at your best. So speaking from experience as someone who's grappled with injuries over the years, and it's really something that I've had to learn the hard way. So it's great to be able to share these learnings with younger athletes and hopefully help prevent people making the same mistakes that I did. So in terms of all the other stuff that I'm talking about on top of running training, it's the sleep, nutrition, recovery, runs, all these things that are so important. For me, sleep is just the number one thing, like making sure you're getting enough of it and enough of it that's good quality. I think I mentioned this in another video that I did, but I read a book called Why We Sleep, and it basically changed my view completely of the priority that sleep needs in my life. There's literally a chart in it that was done on a group of athletes of injury frequency versus average hours of sleep a night, and it's basically a direct correlation. So just making sure you try and strive for 8 hours plus. It's really difficult, but I think it's just the magic. It's just a magic way that your body is already designed to help kind of heal itself and repair itself from tough sessions, and I think it's a massive part of injury prevention. So yeah, sleep's my number one recommendation. Nutrition, particularly immediately after sessions. So, well, runs, but particularly hard sessions. I used to really struggle with this because I often don't feel like eating immediately after a hard session, or I would just forget, or there wouldn't be something that was kind of accessible to me at the training where I've been training. So what I use is a product from Science and Sport called Rego. I think it's called Rego Recovery, and this is not a sponsored post, but I just think it's really good. It's literally a powder that you add water to, and it's meant to have the right balance of protein, carbohydrates to take in immediately after a hard training session. And after I started using that, I found I actually felt a physical difference in my recovery the next day after hard sessions. So I'm a big believer in that product, and or products that are similar to that. And it's just super easy because, as I said, it's powder and you just add water and shake it up. So it means the faff of remembering to take stuff down to the track or whatever is made a lot easier. Nutrition outside of kind of immediately taking stuff on after a session, I try not to be too overly prescriptive on, but just generally eating healthily. The main thing is actually eating enough rather than worrying so much about what you eat. But yeah, eating enough and making sure it's, generally healthy, I think is sufficient, to be honest. I also take some supplements, iron, vitamin D, probiotics, but that's been more of a result of blood tests and conversations with my GP over the years. So that's something probably that's more individual. The other thing to mention is easy days. So I used to really struggle with this as well, because I'd feel like an easy day wasn't helping me get faster, but it is, counterintuitively. And also I'd struggle because I just didn't think I'd have the time. So if I'd been set a 10k easy run and I could do it 10 minutes quicker by running at pace rather than taking it easy, then trying to fit it in before work or whatever it is, I'd just run it too quickly. And trying to adjust my mindset that actually running slow allows you to run fast in your sessions and just allows you to keep training and lowers the instance of injury. So it's just really important, and I can't emphasize that enough. Very quickly, I'll also just mention these days I go for regular sports massages, so kind of once every 2-3 weeks or so, but that or foam rolling, kind of whatever works for you in terms of massaging and helping your body to recover, is just another thing that's important. It's a lot of a case of just fitting it in when I can, so multitasking, like foam rolling in front of the TV, stretching just before I go to bed, that kind of thing, but it's good to try and squeeze it in as well. So yeah, all that stuff I've mentioned is super important, and overall I'd just say that listening to your body, respecting what you're asking your body to do, and also seeing this stuff as just integral to being an athlete rather than optional extras that you can kind of pick and choose, is something that I'd really advise for younger athletes. And yeah, I hope that's helpful.